Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to series learning of C programming. In the fifth class of C, let's see what we are going to learn. In our class overview section, the first topic is loop and why loops. That means what is loops? That means introduction to loops and the importance of using loops. The next one is for loop, which is one of the types of loops. Then break, that is jump statements. Continue also, and codes example. We are going to learn these topics today. Next, the first topic is loops. Let's take an example to understand the concept of loop easily. Suppose we have to print hello world for 10 times. If we print it manually, we have to use printf hello world, printf hello world, printf hello world for 10 times. But we can efficiently print hello world for 10 times, not only for 10 times, but also for any number of iteration or times. We can print or execute a block of code using control structure like loop. Let's see the definition. A loop is a control structure that allows the block of code to be executed repeatedly as long as a given condition is true. That means there will be a given condition. If the given condition is true, the loop will be continue and the block of the code will be executed. Let's see the syntax of let's see the types of loop. In C, there are three types of loops: for loops, while loop, and do while loop. Way to use loop, I have already explained by the example. To avoid repeating code manually, that means if we want to print hello world for 10 times manually, then we have to use printf for 10 times. But using loop, we can efficiently print hello world or anything for multiple times. To perform tasks multiple times automatically, definitely. To save time, definitely. Using control structures like loop save times compared to manual programming. It also most efficient. Next, for. For is one of the basic type of loops. For loops is used when exactly we know how many times we want to execute the block. That means the stopping condition is known. Okay, let's first see the definition. A for loop is a loop which is used when you know exactly how many times you want to repeat a block of code. I have explained that. That means I exactly know that how many times. Suppose I have to print 5 times the block of the code. Next comes the syntax. For. For is a keyword. First, we have to use the for keyword and then initialization. How we can initialize? In the first lecture, I have described that. I'm once again saying initialization means assigning an initial value to a variable. We can initialize for integer I is equal to 1. That means the loop will start from 1. Condition. Condition means how long or how many time or iteration the loop will be continued. An update, that means I plus plus. That means I will increase 1 for every iteration. Then the code to execute repeatedly, there will be what we want to execute it repeatedly will be there. Example, there is a simple C programming example using for loop. Let us implement this code in Visual Studio Code. Take an empty file and save this file for.c. Add header hash include sorry caps lock hash include studio.h integer main. In the main function, declare a variable integer in printf. Enter the value of n. Scanf format specifier address of n. We took again n as user input. Now apply the main logic of for loop. For keyword initialize integer I is equal to 1. I will be continued as long as I is less than or equal to n. And update I using I plus plus. In the loop body, we want to print 1 to n integers. For that, printf percentage d and a new line. Okay, here will be I. Return 0. Our code is done. Now I'm going to run the code. Let's see the output. My terminal is a little bit slow. Let's n value. Let's insert the value of n5. Then we can see that the loop is printing 1 to 5 as we input the value of n5. If we increase the value of n, what will be there? Let's see. It's working, but it's little, not little bit, it's very slow. Let us type 100. That means it will print from 1 to 100. If we want to print 1 to 100 manually, we have to write printf 1 to 100 under the printf inside the printf function. But using the control structure, we can efficiently print 1 to 100 using for loop. So look at the structure one again. First, for keyword, the initialization integer I is equal to 1. I will be continued until or as long as I is equal to or less than n. Then update I plus plus. Then printf only I, because we want to print 1 to n integers. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Break. Break is a jumping statement. Using this, we can stop a loop. Suppose we have to print 1 to 10, but there is a condition: if we reach I is equal to 5, the loop will break or stop. Let's see the definition. Break statement immediately exit the loop or switch. Yeah, definitely break immediately exits the loop or switch and move the statement after the loop. That means it stop the loop and move to the statement outside of the loop. Stop. The next feature is stop the loop regardless of the loop condition. That means if the loop condition is not satisfied but we use break, then the loop will stop. Here is an example. Let us take this example. In this program, we can just cut this portion and initialize n is equal to 5. Then set a condition: if I equals to 3, break. That means if I is equal to 3, then the loop will stop. Let's see what happens if we run the code. 1 2, because when I is equal to 3, the loop stops and go to the next statement. That means started printing I. Go to the slide, then continue. Slideshow. Continue also a jump statement that skip the current value. Skip the current iteration and continue the next iteration of the loop. Suppose we want to print 1 to 5, but there is a condition: if I equals to 3, continue. Then continue. That means that the loop will skip the current value or current iteration. That means 3 will not be printed. Here is an example. Let us see in Visual Studio Code. Same, change the break statement to continuous. Continue. What happens? Let's run the code. It will print 1 2 4 5, because there is a condition: if I is equals to 3, it will continue the current iteration. That means 3 will not be printed. Let us go to our slide. Okay, next. Okay, that was our 2D class.